to handle impromptu speeches. What are impromptu speeches? It's a short response to a topic that is thrown to you on the spot like, what is your most memorable experience in life so far? Or if you were to name an insect that best describes yourself, what would it be? Sometimes they may sound intimidating like, tell me a story to make me laugh. These kinds of questions are common in different situations like interviews for overseas exchange, scholarship, internships, or graduate jobs, or meetings with professors or work supervisors, even in social gatherings when people engage in small talk. There are mainly 4 types of impromptu questions, and they are opinion questions, hypothetical or situational questions, personal questions, and stupid questions. Opinion questions are those that require a yes, no, or maybe as response. Hypothetical or situational questions are those where you need to answer how you handle a situation that has never ever happened to you before. Personal questions are those that require you to tap into your abilities or a past experience. Stupid questions are tough because there's no way you can prepare for or even anticipate them. Since your goal is to impress your audience, you may consider hijacking the question. You may twist it any way you want, provided that you have as little dead air as possible. A lot of people start to panic when they have to speak for 2 minutes with zero preparation. Seriously? There's little need to panic, because there are useful tips to handling impromptu speeches. First, listen for keywords. Second, buy time to think. Next, tell personal stories or borrow other stories. Remember to bring out your message and end on a positive note. To begin with, listen carefully for keywords no matter how long or short the question is. Take time to walk to the stage if you have any. During your walk, ideas may pop up in your head. When you're at center stage, continue to buy time. Smile, greet the audience, introduce yourself. Rephrase the question or repeat the keywords. You may comment on the question or even ask for clarification. Brainstorm ideas while you buy time. Dig into your past for stories, anything that you have watched, heard, or learned. Just anything that you can link up to the topic will do. Spend 30 seconds on the beginning, 70 seconds on the main message. Wrap up within 20 seconds for a 2-minute impromptu speech. There are a number of ways to organize the content ideas. The first one is called point reason for giving opinion. You start with your point, then explain your reasons, followed by example. You end by stating your points mentioned earlier. The second method is chronological for describing a process. You talk about the past, present, and future of how something develops. The third way is cause and effect of some event, and you point out the implications at the end. The next approach is problem and solution, which is usually used to address an issue. You may talk about the problem, its cause, effect, solution, and lastly, implications. The next one is pros and cons, which compares several options. You list 1 or 2 pros and cons before giving your recommendation. You may point out the limitations of each if you have time. The last method is called telling a story. Give details about what, where, when, who, how, and why something happens before you give your message at the end. Sometimes you may be caught by a philosophical question you've never thought about like, to live is the rarest thing on earth. Most people just exist. What do you think? Hijack the question by twisting it around. As long as you keep that air to a minimal and you have something meaningful to say, you win. End your speech by restating your point and sharing your feelings. Always end on a positive note no matter what topic is thrown at you. Keep calm. Engage the audience the whole time you're speaking. Smile at friendly faces to strengthen your rapport with them. Spread the positive atmosphere to build up your confidence. Asking questions is a good way to establish rapport with the audience. Always ask genuine questions. Wait for the audience to respond and address them when speaking. Be natural in your gestures and voice. Keep unnecessary sounds to a minimal when speaking. Speak slowly. Pause and pick up your previous lines with keywords if your mind goes blank. Keep calm and walk back to your seats if you have any. There's never a right or wrong answer in handling impromptu topics. Enrich yourself by watching TED Talks, reading and listening to stories. Start your journey to speak like a pro and practice handling impromptu speeches like an effective orator.